Welcome to Ank's English, your ultimate guide to mastering English with confidence and ease. Today, we're embarking on a transformative journey to unlock true fluency by learning to think in English. If you're tired of mentally translating every word before speaking, causing delays and frustration, this video is your roadmap to freedom. Imagine speaking English naturally, as effortlessly as a native speaker, without the burden of translation. Ready to change the way you communicate? Let's dive into this powerful journey together. Chapter 1: The Hidden Barrier of Translation. When I first started learning English, I was trapped in a cycle that held me back. Every time I wanted to say something, I'd build the sentence in my native language, scramble to find the right English words, piece them together in my head, and only then attempt to speak. This process was exhausting and slow. My conversations felt unnatural, and I'd often freeze, worried I'd sound foolish or make mistakes. I'd stumble over simple phrases like, "Can you help me?" because my brain was too busy translating. It was like running a race with weights tied to my feet. Then, one day, I watched a fluent English speaker effortlessly share their thoughts without hesitation. The secret? They weren't translating. They were thinking directly in English. This realization was a wake-up call. I decided to rewire my brain to think in English, starting with small, deliberate steps. It wasn't easy, but it was the key to unlocking fluency, and I knew I could do it if I committed fully. Chapter 2: Start small with everyday objects. To begin, I focused on the simplest things around me. Each morning, I'd wake up and mentally name objects in my room: bed, lamp, window, blanket, cup of tea. Sometimes I'd say them aloud to practice pronunciation. Other times I'd whisper them softly, and often I'd just think them silently. This wasn't about memorizing vocabulary lists. It was about building a habit. After a week, I started forming basic sentences. I'm sitting on my chair. The sunlight is bright today. I need to clean my desk. These sentences were short, but they were powerful because they connected English to my daily life. I wasn't studying grammar rules or cramming for tests. I was training my brain to see the world through an English lens. For example, while making breakfast, I'd think, I'm toasting bread. The coffee smells amazing. You can start this today. No matter where you are, look around. Your phone, your shoes, the trees outside, and name them in English. Then try simple sentences. I'm drinking water. My bag is heavy. This habit builds fluency naturally, one small step at a time, without overwhelming you. Chapter 3: Turn English into your mental ally. As I got comfortable naming objects, I realized I needed to take it further. English had to become the language of my thoughts, not just my words. So I made English my constant mental companion. Whether I was walking to the store, waiting for a friend, or doing chores, I narrated my actions in my head. I'm heading to the market. These flowers are beautiful. I should buy some fruit. If I didn't know a word, like disappointed, I'd simplify. I feel bad about this. The goal wasn't perfection, but persistence. At first, I'd catch myself slipping back into my native language. When that happened, I'd pause, take a slow breath, and restart in English. For instance, while waiting at a bus stop, I'd think, the bus is late again. That dog is so cute. After a few weeks, English thoughts came more naturally, and I felt less pressure when speaking. This practice also helped me in unexpected moments, like when a cashier asked a question and I replied without overthinking. Try narrating your day in English silently, while cooking, walking, or even brushing your teeth. It's like having a conversation with English as your partner, and it builds confidence without you even realizing it. Chapter 4. Create an English world anywhere. For a long time, I believed fluency required living in an English-speaking country like the UK or the US. But I discovered you can create your own English universe no matter where you are. I started by immersing myself in English in everyday situations. At a local cafe, I'd read the menu and think in English. I want a sandwich and juice. How much is this? While shopping, I'd describe items. These apples are so red. That shirt looks cool, but pricey. I'd even imagine strangers' conversations in English, like two people chatting at a park. They're talking about the weather. It's probably hot today. This silent practice was powerful because it made English a part of my world. When alone, I'd speak softly to myself. I had a busy morning. I need to finish my work tonight. One day, a tourist asked me for directions to a nearby temple. Normally, I'd panic, but because I'd rehearsed similar scenarios in my mind, I said, walk straight, then turn right at the big tree. Their grateful nod felt like a victory. You don't need to move abroad. Start where you are. Describe your surroundings, narrate your actions, and speak to yourself in English. Your daily life is your English playground. Chapter 5. Embrace mistakes as stepping stones. Fear of mistakes was my biggest enemy when learning English. I was terrified of mispronouncing words, using wrong grammar, or being laughed at. I'd avoid speaking because I didn't want to sound dumb. But a friend shared a game-changing insight. Mistakes are how you learn fastest. That shifted everything. I started speaking, no matter how imperfectly. At a shop, I'd say, "Can I have one milk?" Not perfect, but the shopkeeper understood. On a train, I asked, "This go to city?" Clunky, but it worked. I joined an online English club where learners from around the world practiced together. We all made mistakes. Someone said ship instead of sheep, and we chuckled together. Once I said flower instead of flower while ordering, and the waiter smiled kindly. That mistake stuck, and I never mixed them up again. Mistakes weren't failures, they were my teachers. I learned more from saying something wrong than staying silent. Start small today. Say hello, nice day, or can I have water? Join a group, talk to a cashier, or even practice with a friend. Don't fear mistakes, embrace them, and watch your fluency grow. Chapter 6. Your surroundings are your classroom. One of my favorite strategies was turning the world into my English teacher. Instead of relying on textbooks, I used my environment to learn. Waiting at a train station, I'd think, the platform is crowded. That sign says exit. I'd repeat announcements in my mind, train to downtown departing in 5 minutes. At home, I'd open the fridge and say, there's cheese, tomatoes, and juice. I need to buy bread. While cooking, I'd narrate, boil the water, add rice, stir gently. I read English everywhere, on billboards, shampoo bottles, even a t-shirt that said, follow your heart. I'd think that means do what you love. One day, a store sign read, seize the day, and I reflected, it's about living fully in the moment. Every observation became a lesson. You can do this too. Describe your surroundings, read signs, narrate tasks in English. At a park, think, the grass is green, kids are playing. While shopping, say, this soap smells nice. The world is full of free lessons waiting for you to notice them. Chapter 7. From silent thoughts to spoken words. To bridge thinking and speaking, I started giving my thoughts a voice. Mornings began with, I'm making tea. It's a cold morning. While getting ready, I'd whisper, I'm wearing my favorite sweater. I need to hurry. When alone, I'd speak louder, picking random topics. I love music because it lifts my mood. My dream is to travel the world. If I forgot a word like blanket, I'd describe it. The warm thing on my bed. Mirror practice became my secret weapon. I'd look at myself and say, "You're learning fast." English is your friend. It felt silly at first, but it built confidence. Before bed, I'd recap my day. I worked, visited a friend, and watched a show. I feel good. This habit made English feel automatic. Try it. Think in English, then speak softly, then aloud. Talk about your day, your hobbies, or even your lunch. Your voice is your tool for fluency, so use it boldly. Chapter 8, Real Life Practice, breaks the fear barrier. Speaking to others was my toughest challenge. I feared judgment. What if I mispronounced words or got stuck? But I knew fluency required action. I joined an online English group and started with, "Hi, I'm here to improve my speaking." My voice shook, but no one judged. Each session, I said more. In real life, I spoke to shopkeepers. "How much is this fruit?" To strangers, "Is this the way to the park?" Mistakes happened, like saying window instead of widow, but I laughed and learned. I started recording myself daily for 3 minutes, talking about my day, a movie, or a goal. After a month, I compared my first and last recordings. The difference was incredible. Smoother sentences, clearer words, no hesitation. You can do this too. Say something simple today, nice shirt or where's the bus? Record yourself, join a chat group, or talk to your dog. Every word you speak builds confidence and fluency. Chapter 9, Rewire Your Mind to Think in English. The secret to fluency is thinking in English from the start, without translation. I made a commitment. English is my mind's language now. Waking up, I'd think, time to get up. It's a bright day. Cooking, I'd say, I'm chopping onions. This soup will be tasty. I named everything, door, clock, notebook. I asked myself questions. What's my plan today? What do I want to eat? And answered, I'll study and call a friend. Maybe pizza. Mirror practice helped. You're doing great. Keep practicing. I switched my phone to English, wrote notes in English, and watched English videos with subtitles. If I didn't know exhausted, I'd say, I feel really tired. Within weeks, English thoughts flowed effortlessly. Rewire your brain, name objects, ask and answer questions, keep it simple, make English your mind's home, and speaking will follow naturally. Chapter 10, Speak Without Fear, Live Fluently. By now, I'd built powerful habits. Listening to English, thinking in English, practicing daily. But speaking confidently to others was the final hurdle. I pushed past fear, joining more chats, asking strangers for directions, even joking in English. One day, a visitor asked where a museum was. I said, go straight, then left at the traffic light. Their smile was my triumph. Fluency isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing yourself boldly. You don't need expensive classes or a new country. Start small, stay consistent, embrace mistakes, think in English, live in English, speak in English. One day, you'll realize you're not just speaking, you're living fluently. Your journey begins today. Thank you for joining Anx English. If this inspired you, hit like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more tips to master English. Let's grow, speak, and shine together.